We are on air, everybody. On air. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I got a wonderful guest right here. I mean, y'all in for a treat because a lot of stuff that people don't tell, you don't hear it on Fox News, you don't hear it on NBC, you don't hear it on CBS, you don't hear it on CNN, you don't hear it. But this is some real underhanded stuff that goes on in Tennessee, and not just in Tennessee, but up in this world. So this is a cruel world. This world is heartless, and we have to expose the heartless people. We have to do this because if we don't expose them, they're gonna do it to the next person, and the next person. And so I got a wonderful guest. I got Shameca
Bert.
Shameca Burt. So how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing okay today. I'm doing pretty good today. I just want to get this story out about how the Department of Children's Service deprived families' right rather than keeping families together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's terrible.
All right. What's going on? What's going on? I mean, you can have a dance floor. Tell the people what is going on.
I want to expose Chattanooga, Tennessee, but Tennessee overall. And this is a question that I always ask people. I say, would it surprise you to know that the Department of Children's Services of Tennessee have been under federal oversight for 17 years? And they were released from federal oversight July of 2017. The Department of Children's Services was under federal oversight for taking children who were not harmed, who were not in any intimate danger. They were, and their motto is to keep families together. They say they don't sever bonds, but they do. And it just became a pet peeve for me because I didn't grow to know the Department of Children's Services until May of 2002. I was 8 months pregnant, married, and pregnant with my fourth child. And we had a situation living in government housing. I was living in HUD government housing where I had a situation with extreme hot water. Now, as a mother, as a loving, caring mother, I always try to make sure everything was, how it was supposed to be at home. But you can't do nothing about wear and tear. So what happened was is I had a problem with my water heater and my hot water. And my son, who is 19 years old now, got into the tub, pulled a nozzle, and out came 151.6 degrees to 190 degrees water that scalded his left foot. Okay. Now, as a mother, naturally, what you do is tend to your children, nurture your children, and care for your children. Well, my son developed a blister throughout the night. And I called his pediatrician and I asked him, what should I do? Because my son got into hot water and he blistered his foot. Well, he said, well, I'll need you to bring him into the doctor's office the next morning, which would have been May 4th, 2002 Saturday. So when I took him to the hospital, the doctor's office the next morning, there were no doctors on staff. I was greeted by a nurse by the name of Michelle Powell. Michelle Powell told me no doctors was there, so I needed to go to the ER. Okay. When I went to the ER, it would end my motherhood. It ended my life. I was always known for if anything happened to my kids, I always wanted to make sure that they're okay. If they fall and get a scratch on their knee, I'm taking them to the emergency room. I was just, one of those panicky moms. Well, this would be the last time that I would be able to take any one of my children to the hospital or to be cared for or to love be in my possession.
Yeah.
Well, when I got to the hospital, you got all of these white people crowding around me, asking me 1,001 questions. Bear in mind, I'm 8 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I had two of my other children with me, plus my son who was, scalded. And next thing I know, doctors, police officers, and CPS workers were coming in, questioning me, hounding me. But the good thing of it was I was like, okay, she's black. She's gonna help me. She's gonna understand. She's gonna be in my house and see what type of unit we have here. Oh no, I called her a white folks nigger.
Hmm.
And yeah, I did, and that actually made it to court. I might have been wrong for saying that, but
Okay.
that's how I felt. I mean, that's how I felt at that time. And they went out to my house, tested the water, tested the water heater. The hot water heater was exceeding its limits. Now, all of this is documented. The hot water heater was exceeding its limits. Detective Josh Myers, Barbara Mason Marshall, who is the CPS worker, came back to the hospital and said, Miss Burt, your water is extremely hot. We tested it from the bathroom, we tested in the kitchen, we tested in the washing machine, and we tested the hot water heater. And I'm like, oh my God, now you see what me and my family's been going through. She said, but there's one thing I'm gonna tell you, you're not taking your son home with you. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not taking my son home with me? So that day, they left us in the room about an hour alone while we're praying. And she comes back in and she said, well, Miss Burt, we can't find a home for your son. So we're going to admit him tonight up on the children's floor. We asked that you stay with him. And I did for one night. The next morning, they rode in a red wagon and my son went down the hallway in that wagon and never seen him again. So, but this is the thing. I never dealt with the Department of Children's Services in my life. My children were in daycare. My older children were in school.
Mm-hmm.
We went to church regularly.
Yeah.
I have family witnesses that witness, who I am and where we come from. They
Yeah.
denied they denied my children to be with my family. Out of all 9 of my children, the state took all 9 of my children for that one incident. They removed 5 from labor and delivery as I pushed them out. I didn't get to birth them, clothe them, feed them, nothing. And why I want this to go live and viral is because I have been fighting this case for the same 17 years that they have been under federal oversight. Now they were sued. The Department of Children's Services was sued by Children's Right of New York City in 2000. Okay, in the year 2000. Now let's bag this. Now let's go a little further. But in 2002, they took my children, but they were already getting sued for taking children that didn't need to be in the system, and some of these children were dying.
Mm.
So my basis of this is, they get federal funding for taking children, adopting children off. They get federal grants at the end of the year when they adopt the children off. And my thing of the matter is, they know from the beginning that you're not going to get your children back when you're there litigating with them, when you're there giving your all, when you're jumping through all these hoops that they ask you to jump through. I went to several parenting classes. The state would pay for parenting classes, then I would go to parenting classes behind their back on my own. The state sent me the psych evaluation. I would go to psych evaluations with my own insurance because what I was doing was trying to because what the state will do, they'll say, "Oh, she's crazy," but over here they say, "No, she's just dealing with losing her children." You get what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, because it's state funded. These psychologists are state funded, so they're gonna say what the state wants them to say. And so this has been a deprivation of rights. This has been fraud because social workers lied, fabricated in court, used purge testimony to secure the removal of my 9 children. Um, it was inhumane for them to meet me at labor and delivery doors each time for this one incident. They get federal funding, wraparound services to help families stay together. And they don't use that money for families, they use that money for themselves.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, then that's what it seems like. But what appalls me is 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 years later, there was another family that lived here in Tennessee by the last name of Green.
Okay.
Her child And I have the case, the document. I have the documents for that case. I went and got them out from the court clerk. It was the Green family here. Her daughter was stalled in another project site here. Now let me tell you, somehow she hired the mayor. The Mayor Burke, who's the mayor today, his office represented her. Her child was stalled and had to be flown to a burn hospital to get skin grafts. And other children were never removed, and they paid her. She got relief from this case. But here it is, they removed all 9 of my children. And I've never been a drug addict. I didn't have a criminal history before I met the Department of Children's Services.
Right.
I mean, I know people may say, oh, hey, what does that matter? It matters a lot. I was parent volunteering at the schools. I was up in the daycares. I picked my children up early. I mean, I feel like you should there are some children that's harmed in this world that don't deserve to be at home and be abused. Let's not get that twisted.
I believe a lot of their job, a lot of their motives and agenda is to take. It is to remove fathers out the home and to remove children out the home, and it's to corrupt the Black community. And I've been talking about these past 3 months about this, and that's the agenda they have, and it's been going on for decades, and it needs to stop.
Yes, it needs to stop. Well, it won't stop because there's a lot of pedophilia it's a pedophilia pipeline that goes through the whole Turtle Island, which is the United States. It's a pedophilia pipeline. They desire children. They love children. It's just a thing. It's just a thing for them. And then I look at it like this: if each one of my children were $80,000 a head, why would they give them back? Mm-hmm. And then they diagnose their children with some type of psychiatric problems once they take them from their family. And once they diagnose them with all these psychiatric problems, they get a bigger check. Because you got to provide for the mentally ill child.
Mm-hmm.
They get a bigger check. So what they did was diagnose the child that they took from me, put him in a psychiatric ward in a padded room at 8 years old on several psychotic meds.
Right.
So my basis of this is I've been fighting for 17 years. I started a support group in 2007 called We're Still Here for families who have suffered the same deprivation of rights as me, as far as losing my children. And I found that here in Tennessee, a lot of people are complacent because they are afraid to speak out. They're afraid to talk about it, and they grow comfortable with whatever's done to them. And I just haven't been able to sit down because my children are coming home one by one. Matter of fact, my 19-year-old lives here with me now, and he has not a burn on his body. Not a burn on his beautiful body.
Wow.
So, Jackie Thomas, Barbara Mason Martha, all these women defamed my character. There was a lot of coercion going on. The case went so fast. I dealt with fraud, social worker defamation. Prejudice, transparency. They need oversight. They need transparency. They never should have took the oversight on, because these are social workers that they're hiring that don't care about their family. All they care about is their job, because that's what Jackie Thomas stated to me. They had a family to feed. She knew that they violated me. She knew that I completed everything they asked me to do. She knew that I paid all my child support. We overpaid $20,000 in child support. I'm fighting them right now in civil court.
Yeah.
I hired an attorney to calculate this for me. My thing of the matter is I call it an alphabetical marriage. When you go in the family court, they tell you to do A, B, C, and D. All right. You go back before the referee and you say, well, referee, I finished A, B, C, and D. You say, well, we forgot to tell you about E, F, G, H, and I. And as it goes on, once you get to the Z, your children are adopted off. And they say, oh, we forgot to tell you about the 12 to 15 months, right? It's
Yeah, I know that. I believe that. I've seen it.
Yeah, they don't tell you about the time camp because they already know they're going to adopt your children. But they have broken me. They have broken my family. And I find myself telling this story over and over again to my children. I don't know them that well, and they don't know me. My last 5 boys, I didn't know who they are if I seen them because they took them at birth.
Wow. And the system is doing nothing about it. They have done nothing about it. Despite evidence.
Nothing at all. And I have plenty of evidence and audio recordings. I have fought this on a state level. The state wouldn't do nothing, so I took it to federal court. Federal court wouldn't do nothing, so I appealed it to federal court to the Sixth Circuit. I appealed it to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals of Ohio. Sixth Circuit played games with me, so now I'm at the U.S. Supreme Court level. So I'm like, do I need to go to world court or international court? Because, let's be honest. We are all orphans of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
And they are supposed to provide for us. And they have not provided. All they do is everything is for capital gain.
Yep.
And I can't lay down on the fact that I gave birth to 9 children that they feel like I pat myself on the back. Oh, you did. You started a support group. Okay, but we're still not giving you your children back. I just can't lay down on that. I just can't lay down on that. What I want is someone to advocate with me on this. It's million other families that's been involved in this, like Rochelle, Brooke out of Syracuse, New York, Liz, she's from Patricia County. There's a lot of families that have dealt with stuff like this. And I'm trying not to cry because I don't want to seem mushy all the time, because even though the story always hurts the same way.
I mean, you know the shortest. You went to church. The shortest scripture in the Bible. You already know that. so it's okay.
Jesus wept. Yeah, Jesus wept. Yeah,
it's okay to show emotions.
Yeah,
because I'm emotional. My tail be emotional a lot. Especially my late night videos, and this is why I do this video, because I'm an emotional. I'm passionate. So you got to feel what you feel. I mean, I get it. Screw them. And wow, this has been going on for decades. It's been going on. I've seen it. I've seen it in Chicago. Like you in Tennessee. I've seen it in Illinois. I thought Illinois was the worst, but by what I'm hearing about Tennessee, like, wow. I mean, what's really going on behind the scenes? What's really going on behind the scenes? Something's got to give. Somebody got to be exposed behind the scenes. Oh. We having technical difficulties. I'll be right back for a second. Okay. We got kicked off. All right. Let me get a second. I'm gonna re-invite her real quick. Okay, give me a second. See, they don't like to hear truth. They don't like truth to be told. They don't like it. And guess what? It's not going to stop us, because things are getting real.
Yes.
There we go. They don't like the truth, because they actually trying to censor you on here. They muffling you right now with your voice over here.
That's sad. That is so sad.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't see you.
Oh, you know what? Here you go. You can see me now. Watch this. I took a picture off. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I won't.
Now you got your picture off.
Oh, let's see.
You got to press your.
Is it there now? I don't know.
You got to press the Like a cam. There we go, camera boy. There we go.
Okay. You can see it quicker than me. Maybe my phone is lame or something. I don't know. But yeah, I just want justice. I really want justice because I don't know my last boys. These people just barged into my life. Like they kidnapped and abducted my children.
Mm-hmm.
They kidnapped and abducted my children. I never voluntarily gave my children away. That wouldn't even sound right when I completed everything these people asked me to do. That don't even sound right. And then you still lie in my face and adopt my children off.
Yeah.
And not only that, even after I gave birth, I didn't even get any visit. And even the dog and his sick pup has visit.
Wow.
They get to bond with their children.
And they say it goes to keep families together, right? Keep families together, but they have not made no effort. It ain't like that you didn't like not show up and do this, and
Right.
you know, because I listen to me. I've seen women that hadn't even showed up for the appointments and still got their kids back. I've seen that happen.
Exactly. Like this story that happened May 7th, 2019 in Houston, Texas, the Malia Davis case. I followed that case from the day that it happened, you know, on until now. And it amazes me that CPS came into that woman's life twice, but this baby had a broken skull, like fractured. Her skull was fractured. But CPS put this child back into the home of the mother and father. Well, eventually she died. But here it is. My 2-year-old son, because I was on bed rest, I was 8 months pregnant by the order of Dr. Kipakasa, who's still a gynecologist today in Chattanooga, Tennessee, a Baron Kipakasa. I was on bed rest, and my son was up without my supervision, which I should have been a little more porcious than that. And he got into that water, and they took all 9 of my children. It's all of this stemmed from that one incident, and it's just pitiful before God. It's pitiful, and they just try to keep me hush, just keep me hush.
Yeah. Wow. Like man, these have been like 19 years. So when you got your so you never got your son is 19. Did he come stay with you right after he was grown, right after he legally can do it?
Yes, and and this is the same son who I told him. I said, listen, my son is different. His father was ADHD, and he was diagnosed with ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder, and was put on Ritalin. And we didn't know that my son would develop that, and that's what he had. And my point in saying that is, right today, Mo, he's still that same kid. Because he went into the system and he stayed in the system so long, this boy walks the street now. I really don't know who is. He's play, he's broken. All of my kids are broken, and that's a long healing process because they're coming to me one by one with a different character, with a different heart that I have to find myself trying to fix in some kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't take that laying down.
No, this out the wow. This has been happening, and I see it over and over again. And what is their ulterior motive behind this? I mean, what is the real reason? Like you said, they get money for these kids. They get for them. I think the older that they get, it's less money they get for them or something.
Yes, and they get tired. Let me tell you what happened this year. When my son's birthday, the same child who pulled the nozzle, he'll be 20 July 30th. He was in the system until he was 18. Do you know the system kicked him in his butt with their boot, bought him an air mattress, and brought him to my house? And the guy, I'll just call him a state worker.
Okay.
And he was kind of nice, but who came, he said, Now I'm gonna show you how you can get money through the state for your son to stay with you. I'm like, what? I didn't even know they even did stuff like that. But it's funny how he took him from me. But when he was acting up in your care, you just said we can't do it no more. So let me take him to his mama and brought an air mattress. Oh my God! I was like, this
like
is
really, like really.
like really, yeah, like really.
Air
And
mattress, after all that, all them years, look, you could have gave him a nice bed or something. Give him a car. Come on now, come on, take.
and let him go. Cut him off his insurance. He was getting 70. They was giving him $75 a week. They cut him off cold turkey, and like I said, he was on my front porch. And because I hold the title as mother and mom, I'm gonna always open my door for my children.
Yeah.
And my kids, that's one thing about it. I'm glad they know, but they know I love them. I cook all the time. I love my house to be open to my kids. Just having fun, cooking and doing stuff like that. If they get on my nerves, I'm like, go in the next room or something like that. But I enjoyed that, and they took that from me.
Mm-hmm.
I have suffered in bad relationships because I have been broken so much from what happened with me and my kids, and it's just like it mentally did something to me.
Mm-hmm. It does.
And I have flashbacks, and when I see other kids, I'm like, oh my God, don't let them fall. I'm real. I don't know. It's just like it's like a panicky thing. But then when I look at TV and there's other on YouTube or Facebook, and I see other families have been through this, I'm like, wow. I'm like, wow. But for them to take 9 children, and I was put on 10-year probation for this. This case went to already criminal court. Yes, I was went to a hearing at family court. I went to a hearing at family court.
Wow.
Yes, I never missed a court date on my children's court date. So I went to family court, and as I'm coming out of family court, I see all these officers in the lobby. I'm like, what's going on? He walked up to me. He was like, "You Shameca Bird." I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "We got a warrant for your arrest for attempted aggravated child abuse." I'm like, "No, no way." I said, "No." I said, "I haven't even been adjudicated. So how do I have a warrant? I mean, like, what's going on? How can you prove anything you're saying?" So anyway, I went to jail. They put me on a $30,000 bond, and yeah, and my aunt bought me out, and I got out. They put me on 10-year probation. So I served 10 years at the state probation office. I'm a Class E felon.
Yeah.
This case stayed in criminal court for 6 years.
Good Lord.
Yes, for 6 years. And but now tell me why the assistant DA pushed to dismiss this case, but the officer that was already on this case, he pushed to push this to the grand jury.
Yeah.
So there was an indictment sent out or whatever, and like I said, I pled guilty because I was coerced. I was coerced into this. Like I said, didn't have a record before this. So I didn't know anything about real court and what I was supposed to say or have enough money for a good attorney. I was coerced, and me and my family was started. They was actually kidnapping, like I said, kidnapping and abducted from me. So they dropped the charges to attempted aggravated child neglect. And so I served those 10-year probation, and I flattened that 10 years in 2016. And I still been fighting ever since.
Wow. You know what? You know what, Shameca? I hate the system. I hate the system. The system is messed up, jacked up, tore from the flow up. The
Right.
system don't give a damn about I'm gonna say it. I don't like throwing race cards, but I don't throw race cards. But the system don't give a damn about black babies
at all.
They don't
At
give a
all.
damn about black babies, and I've seen it.
But
And
they'll sell them. They'll sell them. If you know if they fed us to
not selling
alligators,
slaves.
yeah, like they fed us to alligators years ago. I mean, they still feed us to alligators. But that's neither. I mean, I won't say that that's neither here nor there because that's hurtful. It's hurtful for me to see immigrant children at the border.
Yeah.
But but
Okay.
but we're immigrant children also. I'm an Aboriginal, and so are you. So that means we're not from here. And again, like I said, that we are orphanage children of the District of Columbia. They are supposed to take care of us.
Right.
So I need the Department of Justice to answer my question.
Hmm.
I need the CIA to answer my question. I need the FBI to answer my question. I need Donald Trump, since he's so big on building the wall, he needs to come inside the wall and talk to the people inside the border where he's destroying his so-called "Make America Great Again." His own people.
Hmm.
You know,
I
that's
hear
what
you.
he wants.
Yep. Oh man. I mean, children are children, regardless whether they legal or whatever. Children are children. So I get that. Children are children.
Children are children. But the thing of it is, the Social Security Administration provide these grants for the Title 4E and Title 4A program, which is the part of the adoption program. They provide this money to these states for them to help for child protective service to help families,
Right.
to reunify families. They don't do that. They take this money and they go on vacation. You see more state cars in their parking lot than you see state workers working out there to go and make sure they're saving families. You see, it's just, to me, there's no validity in that at all.
Wow. It's man. It just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart, and it's so obvious. It's not hidden, but they don't. But they're ignoring it. They're ignoring it. It's not like it's not hidden. Like what you went through, what you're going through. It's not hidden. It's right here. These people don't. Man. That's why
No,
we got. That's why we got to stand up. We got to stand up for what is right. No.
Simple. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
617-4623. My daughter keep trying to call. That's why it's blinking out because she's calling. Yeah, no. That's it. Yeah, 617-4623. The system can't raise a family. They can't raise children. And the audio that I sent you of the social worker admitting that they railroaded me, she admitted that a system can't raise children. But yet they take children. So if a system can't raise children, why would you take children?
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, here's my daughter now. One of them. Say hey, Bert.
Hey.
Yeah, that's my oldest daughter.
All right.
All right, thank you, Bree. Love you too. Yeah, I'm appalled. I'm disappointed in Chattanooga. This is where I was born and raised. Yeah. I love the mountains. I love the scenery. It's beautiful. But the people here are wicked. And I just won't say white people because these were black social workers who took my children. These were black social workers who knew the higher up people were railroading me. So they would sneak me down in the coffee room and huddle in a circle and pray with me.
Yeah.
Jackie Thomas, Pamela Ramsey, Deborah Harvey. All these people's names are in my head. I will never forget them. And I remember them taking me in the little room, break room where there's drinks and chips and stuff like that, and huddling in a circle and praying with me.
Praying with you.
Praying. Now that's great. Prayer is wonderful, but I don't pray with everybody because you can't pray with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now these people. Now while we're praying, I'm bowing my head and I'm peeping at the same time because I'm like, these are the people who kidnap my children.
Yeah.
So why are they not in the office praying with their boss and telling their boss, this is wrong how you did this woman and her husband and her family? I mean, legions of family came to court with me, petition for my children. They denied my family. They didn't just deny me, they denied me, my grandparents, my cousins, my uncles who flew from different places. I got people in Seattle, Chicago, flew from different places to come and petition for my children so that they can live with family and know their family. And that didn't happen. So now we may have to worry about incest. One of my it's deep. One of my children has full blood sickle cell, and me and his blood match, but they wouldn't even call me to donate my son some blood.
Wow. What the hell are they really trying to do? What are they really trying to do with our children? Like in the chat room, like Carlita said, CPS is evil.
Yeah,
it's evil.
Child Protective Service, and I wish that P word, the protective, wasn't in there. It's Child Predator Service. That's what we can use for the P, Child Predator Service. And I'm just sick of them capitalizing off of children's bodies, children's vessels. I mean, they are just breaking homes. And don't get me wrong, it's a socioeconomic issue, but there are more Black children in Child Protective Services.
Yeah.
We're going to keep it real.
Yep.
You know, and I'm not trying to be judgmental, but this is my First Amendment. I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to come in peace, and I'm going to say it like it is.
Yep.
You know, it just is what it is. And they like when babies are pretty. They're adoptable. If you're light skinned or white or pretty. Oh yeah. You get more money for those. So after they put me on probation, I got pregnant again. Like I said, I have 9 children, 6 boys and 3 girls. And my ninth child, when I went down to Georgia, near Savannah, Georgia, my probation officer by the name of Mildred Taylor gave me a pass to go down to Georgia. She was like, hey, if you're going labor, just go in labor, start your life over this. I'm like, I'm not going to start my life over on probation. But she knew. Mildred Taylor was an ex-CPS worker herself who became a probation officer. So she knew all these women down there. They were friends. So she's like, Tamika, I'm going to give you a traveling pass. You go down to Georgia. You know, if you go in labor, she knew what was going on. I went down there, and I ended up going in labor. Had to go to the hospital. Tennessee drove 6 hours out of their jurisdiction to get a baby that did not belong to them, and lied to the state of Georgia to get this baby. Treated me like a murderer. They treated me like I had debt and treason. Like I had did some crimes against their corporation. You know, wow. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, and apologetic.
Right to be pissed off. I'm pissed off. And we all need to be pissed off, y'all. We all need to be pissed off because this is the only way we can expose these people. This is the only way we can bring the dark out into light. That's the only way.
Right. The last 2 audio clips, will you play those for me?
Yep. Playing right here.
Or would you want to play? Should we play all of them? I just want you to hear the conversation of a CPS worker who knew from the beginning that I was a good mom.
All right, I'm
And
gonna go to my Facebook page real quick and keep on talking. I'm gonna go to my Facebook page and bring it.
Miss Jack, this is Miss Jackie A. Thomas of Chattanooga, Tennessee. On this audio, I only did 4 little clips of it. It's a 30-minute conversation, but I only did 4 little clips because I was like,
I'm gonna play all 4 clips.
okay. I was like, wow, okay.
We're gonna bring it up here because the stuff's gonna be exposed. So listen, everybody, fasten your seatbelts. I'm telling you, y'all, because I heard it earlier today, and it just ticked me off. Okay, let me go right here. I'm going to find it. Let me go to the audio clip. Go on my Facebook page and find it. Bear with me, y'all. All right, here I go. I'm gonna do this right now, y'all. All right, I'm gonna start with the first one. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna listen to you. I don't want you to have to try to go all the way back as far as your case. I know you remember as far as what happened to you. But I think you need to, like you said, you was just hating everybody there. But what you didn't understand was we all was not sitting back hoping you lost your children. We were all there saying, not agreeing to what and how they were doing things. But if you don't have control over things, there's nothing you can do. And I'm going to say this straight now. I'm going to told you because I'm straightforward. And when you came in, you're absolutely right because I actually remember it. I was on call. Your baby had a mark on his back. And the mark that you said he got burned in the bathtub. And actually, in all reality, that same night as a supervisor on call, I knew somebody lived in Cromwell. And I called and said, hey, y'all water temperature here over real hot. They said, yeah, you really have to watch it because it really will. The water temperature do get real hot. So we all.
When you playing those audio, before you play them, you have to touch all 5 of them so that they can load up for you and just continue playing.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, okay. See, I'm new to that. Okay, I'm new to the audio. So here we go.
So what you can do is start from the 2. Go ahead and start from the 2 down.
Shameca. Well, that you was your attitude.
Yeah, attitude.
But it's how you do it. When you dealing with systems, and I make an excuse for them, and not saying it's right. Hold on, one minute. I got somebody in my office.
Get out.
Okay, because I haven't heard from you. I'll call you. You all right? Okay, I'll call you. Yeah, it was strictly your attitude. Because let me tell you, you had some good case managers along the way that was really rooting for you. I think you might get violated one time you may have help in here. I remember you finished it. I think you finished whatever they told you. I finished. The reality of this is this. The burn that your son had on his back, that's the only child that has some issues, right? That was the only one that had some issues. Anybody else, and I'm not, when it comes to people have different attitudes towards cases and all that, and sometimes it get out of our hands. They told me how they railroaded you. She said, but you gotta play it cool. So I got pregnant again. She was like a mama to me right today. Me and Mr. Taylor is cool. That was my PO. Like God sent me to her. And she gave me some names. That's how I ended up meeting Sherman Matthew. And he sent me to the Rainbow Coalition. That's how I met Chuck Kilpatrick. But Chuck wouldn't stop getting high, so I couldn't deal with him. You know what I'm talking about? I know he's got that Kilpatrick.
She loves him. She knows.
And I said, this is not right to me. I'm trying to get my kids. But what you don't understand, you see all the connections you got. Those are people that you don't, whether you know it or not, people was inside of there fighting for you, even though you didn't know they were. But what would happen every time somebody would stand up and fight for you, a breakout scene happened. And I'm telling you, the lady was pregnant with maybe a 7th child. You had 2 little girls. I remember who had them. They went home. You was up there with business. 5 of your kids was there. You was pregnant. And I had been messing with your children. I had been messing with your children and then playing with them. Then I left and went to my office. And I heard all this commotion when I got up. And let me tell you what I saw. I'm going to tell you the scene that I saw. I saw you, and you was Oprah Winfrey. I ain't trying to be funny. You was Oprah Winfrey, and all the people around you was attacking you. And you were fighting back the best way you knew how. And so, when I saw that, the first thing I did was what I do to you. We ain't going to do this myself.
I'm not gonna do this shit. I said, look, this is the street way, and this is another way. I took you into that room for you to calm down because it didn't make sense to me. Yeah. Somebody that was 7 months pregnant, they got their 5 children around who visit was going fine. Now you got security coming up here to arrest a pregnant woman that can't do nothing. So you didn't realize people that was for you. That same day I sat down and sent an email to Jackie Job. No lie. I can't stand. I know you can't, but I always still got my email saying she was waiting because I keep everything. And told Jackie Job, y'all treated that lady worse than you treat a dog that's 5 months. And I put it in right. But see, you were so, what you don't realize, Shameca, is you were so, and I understand you was angry. And you didn't know how to deal with your anger just to play along the system. Because we didn't have shaking baby syndrome that we done gave their children, baby. We knew that. But you gotta stop. I know you'll never let it go, but you have to realize that even though you thought people were against you, there was so much we could do. Because we had a family to feed and we had a job to do, and we did.
Wow.
She said that they gave babies back with broken bones and shaken baby syndrome. So she said she couldn't understand why they didn't give my child back for one burn, even though she kept saying back. That's the wrong place. That's what her recollection said, but it was the foot. But it's funny how she remembered the entire story, 17 years.
Yeah,
that was on her heart. That was on her.
On her heart. So,
yeah, that was on her heart. She had to get that off her heart in order to feel relieved because she, after we had that meeting, she ran for a councilman seat in law.
Man.
But yeah, hey, we fight on. We fight on.
And we're gonna keep on fighting. It's like this system is so corrupt. Like you said, child
service.
Yeah, you know, it's stupid, man. It's just so like it's so insane. And I've been seeing these past few months that they've been trying to get rid of our children. They want our children done. That's why they promote perversion. Because they want our children. They want to corrupt our children and medicate our children and put titles on them that don't even belong to them. Right.
Pitiful. They're our heirs, our flesh and blood heirs, our property. Right. Exactly right. But like I said, it's all for biological warfare, black on black warfare. Hey, we can call it whatever we want. This has been going on for years, for centuries. It's just a modern day slavery.
Yes, it's wow.
But go ahead.
You was telling me. So you've been on radio stations to talk about this. I mean, what have you done? I mean, have you been? Went higher? I mean, tell me. Have you been on different platforms talking about this?
Yeah, when this case first started, I took the whole story to News Channel 9. So when I went to News Channel 9, well, actually, when I was charged, the case went to News Channel 9. But after some months later, I went to News Channel 9 because I wanted my side to come out. But that didn't work, so I kept fighting. I started going to the radio station. So David Toulis allowed me a radio time. Well, Marie Mont and David Toulis allowed me radio time to get on there, try to advocate a little bit and tell my story. Huh?
No, go ahead. I say that.
Yeah, David, you can actually look on Nuganomics. It's called Nuganomics. He wrote a blog on there about my story.
All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's real. It's real.
Yes, this really needs to be out here more. This really, because it can actually save some babies. It can actually save some children out there. It can actually save.
I want to save them. I wish I could go across country, door to door knocking. We need to relieve mothers. We need to relieve fathers. We need to unite and love one another and help our families. We need to, build a Black Wall Street. For us, we need to stop being afraid to advocate for us. Every other nation advocates for them. Every other race, rather, advocate for themselves. Let's advocate for each other.
Yes, it's their agenda. It's
Right.
their agenda. Oh, she made me some lasagna. Hey, what it's called? Oh, stuffed shell. Hell yeah! Thank you. I
Oh
appreciate it.
yeah, oh yeah, stuffed shells is good. Go girl.
Yeah, my neighbor downstairs hooked me up. Yeah. Oh, I got on subject for food. My bad.
Oh, that's okay. I love good food. We know to cook. Me and my kids had a crab ball about 2 weeks ago, and we pigged out.
All right.
But I appreciate you for letting me get on here because I know you have a lot of good topics going on.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on here. You know, and I believe that everybody has a voice because everybody got a testimony. Everybody got something that need to be exposed or something need to be heard. This is really the thing is everything that you said today. I've kind of been through it. I know people have been through it. There's nothing new under the sun. I've seen it. You know, as me born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, I've seen the corruption in Chicago. And
Yeah,
it's no different than Tennessee, and I've seen it. Now I'm in Wisconsin. You know, one thing I give it to Wisconsin a little bit that they're not as harsh because they're a lot laid back. You know, for some reason. But Illinois is kind of certain states is more lenient.
yeah.
Like,
I can tell that.
yeah, like Illinois and stuff. Like me, I got split custody of my grandson. He's 12 years old, and the state is very lenient on my daughter getting her child back. And I seen them working get his back down here. I seen
Yeah,
Indiana do it. You know, all you got to do is follow the program. But I see Illinois people lose their kids. Ain't never seen a kid in 30 years. I've seen it.
yeah. I'm telling you, and I think they was wishing that I was some type of crackhead. I'm gonna be 100. I wasn't a crackhead. I feel that you have to be an abuser, or
Right.
you have to be a crackhead, or you have to be some type of dope pusher in order to get your children back. Because the people who really love their children, they get them taken from them. They kidnap them.
Yeah.
I mean, they just like breaking homes and severing bonds. That is their job.
And look, you look. You're a black mother, and you're a good black mother, and they don't want good black mothers out there no more. They want the crackheads black mother. They want the prostitute black mothers. They want the gangbangers black mothers.
Exactly. And let me tell you, like I said, all of that mess. And see, when they first took my children, I'm gonna bag this up. I was married. My husband had been in jail for only 2 months. He's my now ex-husband. But when he got out, we got together, and we fought in court. But let me tell you how they do. When you go in as a unit in family court here that I know of, they separate you. But the night before we talked to the minister, he said, don't let them separate y'all. Y'all go in there together because you're one. And you fight this on through. But I just remember walking into the court doors and they had him a state attorney attorney and they had me a state attorney attorney. And they took us two separate ways. So I knew what that was. They were trying to coach and get somebody to please, for whatever mumble jumble they got going on. Yeah, that was a way for them to manipulate.
To make long story short, myself, born and raised in Chicago, I was locked up 17 times, felonies. I was a gang member, gang banging. Not only gang, I was a gang banger. It took me 7 years to get my children back, and they tried to use it against me about my record, but it took me years to fight, and I eventually got them back. Everybody has a past.
Yeah.
Who didn't go to jail? I mean, man, people go to jail.
Yeah.
Who didn't get arrested? My mom been arrested before. My dad.
Yeah.
My dad had been in jail many times. My uncle. I mean, I seen it, but stuff just happens. Like, damn.
Yeah, you're right. But my point was I didn't have a record. I wasn't a druggie. I was probably going to church Wednesday night because that was just the point in my life where I was just starting a family. Life was good then.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton was in office. I mean, hey, at that time. So life was good then, but They just defamed my name, defamed my character. It's just that. You heard the audio.
Yep, y'all heard it, y'all, and I want everybody to share this video because the word need to get out. The word need to get out. And where they can find you at? You know, if anybody want to find you at.
If you would like to find me, I'm on Instagram, Shameca Bay. That's ShamecaBey, Bay, and that's the same as Facebook, Shameca Bay. Or you can email me, newgrandboy@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll put the links when I'm done up in the description box.
Okay.
You know, people can contact you and stuff, and like man, and I always want to hear truth come out of here, you know, and that's the problem. The mainstream media, they don't want to report that. They will not report this. They want to report stuff that's very entertaining to them. That's something that'll tickle their ear, and
Right.
that's what they want to report. They don't want to report stuff like this. This is why they're trying to censor you over here. They must be following you over here because they keep on doing this. They keep on trying to bring you out in and out of the feed right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have been following.
Yeah, they do that. You know, I'm looking like, well, hold on, you got everything set up. Everything's set up. They just keep going in and out. But guess what, y'all? The message is still heard.
Right. Right. I don't know why they think they're gonna stop.
Yeah, you keep fighting. You keep on fighting. You're a strong woman. And
yeah, I appreciate that. I have 90 days to prepare for a U.S. Supreme Court. I'm doing a writ of certiorari before the court, hoping that they will accept it and do the right things. You know, so that's where I am in this situation. And I appreciate you, man. I know you got to eat your stuffed spaghetti.
No, I ain't no hurry. Yeah, but I am gonna eat it, yo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate you for coming on here, you know, and hey, you got something to say again, let me know. I'll be happy to give you a platform and we can link up again. Anything you hear, let me know. Email me, or I'll even get you my personal phone number in my in your private message. So stay in contact with me because Facebook, they probably gonna eventually shut me down. So I ain't gonna give you my personal number. So
make sure you hurry up and God bless y'all.
All right, hey, stay online real quick. All right, thank you everybody for coming on here. Much love, y'all. All right, peace out. All right.